Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's One Piece Treasure Cruise video, we are going to showcase 6 different teams, 2 for each variation, for the new Kizuna vs Alber, of course, for the normal boss. Here are the mechanics for this Kizuna. All of my teams can deal with every mechanic you will ever face, even after level 30. And a quick note about the teams. Team 1, for all variations, will be using both the new rare recruits, Frankie and Brook, but also King, and the goal is to maximize ticket and also Super Boss token gains. And then the second team won't be using any units from the new anniversary, so if you didn't pull any, do not worry, the second team is definitely for you. Without further ado, let's challenge Alber. Team 1 versus the strength variation will be using the 6+ Shanks crew as captains, and we want to enter on Shanks to get special cooldown reduction. And we also want to enter on Denjiro from Kinemon Denjiro. Immediately when we enter the quest, transition Zoro, our friend captain, into the Enma state, and then we want to attack with color advantage and consume Wano slots for Zoro's goals. We need at least 5 Wano slots before entering stage 2, attack with your Q units, and because you are in the Enma state they will regain a Wano slot for you to farm more. You can also waste King's slot, we don't care about him, but keeping the Wano slot on the Shanks crew is a smart idea for more damage in stage 2. Limit Broken, Frankie and Brook also provide Wano slots when entering the quest, which is very helpful. In stage 2, swap to the Q side of the Shanks crew to get an attack boost for everyone, and then you can also swap Kinemon to Denjiro to drop slasher resistances, and then you want to ignore the mobs, target the main boss, start with King and Kinemon, and then all of the Q units ending on your slashers, of course, Zoro and Brook, to do the maximum amount of damage possible and beat Black Maria. Then you will be attacked, but after that the mobs will leave. The Shanks crew as captain of course helped us completely remove Special Bind, and if you feel like you're struggling here and you want more damage, feel free to activate the Shanks crew. You will lose a bit of damage in the final stage, but it's fine. Also, if you do not have King, he is literally useless in this team, only here for tickets, so replace him with whatever helps you. And when we enter the final stage, we want to activate Brook to completely remove Despair even after 30 and get a color affinity boost. Then we want to activate Frankie to completely remove Paralysis even after 30. The chain boost does not matter. Then we want to activate the Shanks crew for a chain lock and a better base attack boost than what Kinemon Denjiro would give us, so activate the Shanks crew before Kinemon Denjiro. Then swap to Denjiro to drop resistances and activate him to get a very good ore boost. And finally, activate Zoro's special to get a very good attack boost and also a conditional attack boost. Because we get despaired, he goes back into his base state, so swap down twice if you want to enter the unleashed Enma form. Early on it is not necessary, later it will be if King changes color. Break the barrier and clear. Team 2 versus the strength variation will be once again using a friend captain Super Tandem Zoro. This time we are not able to get his unleashed Enma state by farming 10 Wano slots, so you shouldn't really bother. But if you optimize the team a bit and you replace Law with a Q unit for example, maybe you can do it, and for you to achieve it, enter the Enma state as soon as you enter the quest. But the important part for this team is to get Sabo and Ace's super swap ready for stage number 2. And we also want to enter stage number 2 on Sabo, meaning you should enter the quest on Sabo as well. The reason it is important to enter as Sabo in stage 2 is because we want to resist the Special Bind, so be careful and do not proceed faster. Just tap your units, do not hit perfects or anything, and you can farm a Wano slot for your Q units as well, even if you are not farming Zoro's goals, just to have more damage in stage 2. Not really needed though, because we are going to super swap to Ace anyway for the full board of matching slots and a color affinity boost, and then we are going to activate Ace for an ore boost on majority of our units, everyone except Law. Also make certain you have a Luffy support on Ace Sabo, any Luffy support, even Story Luffy works, so you get a 3-turn ore boost and it is still active in the final stage, because if you don't have a Luffy support, that means you won't have a 3-turn ore boost, you will have a 2-turn one and it will disappear when you are ready to attack King in the final stage. We can completely resist Despair of course because of Ace's and Sabo's captain ability, which means Despair is never actually applied, and that allows Zoro to to maintain his Enma state without going back to his base state. You should have entered the Enma state in either stage 1 or 2, and if you can go into the unleashed one, definitely do it, but activate his special for the TND slot on him and the attack boost. Then activate Brook for a base attack boost and a very good chain boost. Then activate the Oiran trio to remove paralysis completely, even after a level 30, and also get a color affinity boost for all of your Q units. Then activate login bonus Limb to get chain boundaries, and finally final tap Super Sugofest Law to apply increased damage taken to King even through immunity, so he is only here for damage boosting. Then break the barrier and beat King. Team 1 versus the Q variation for maximum tickets and also super boss tokens will be using Double King as captain and also the new rare recruits Brook and Frankie as crewmates. For our dual unit, the free-to-play Kaido Big Mom, we want to enter on Mom to get special cooldown reduction, but swap to Kaido immediately in stage 1. Then we clear as soon as possible, and it is also very important to have both Frankie and Kaido Big Mom in the middle row, and then Brook with Lucci in the bottom row, so they are the ones getting binded in stage 2. Now, all of our slots will be turned into RCV and King will make them Wano in stage 2. Activate one King special, so you get a very good chain boost, and then swap Kaido to Big Mom for an attack boost on her, then target Who's Who, the main boss, attack him with King, then Frankie, and on Big Mom for lots of damage to easily defeat him. Do not worry about the goons at all, they will retreat after the turn is over and they attack you. When we enter the final stage now, another reason we need Big Mom and Kaido in the middle row is because they can completely remove the bind from our bottom row units. Kaido being on the crew also allows King to gain access to his super type ability. Activate Big Mom immediately to remove bind and get an orb boost. Then we want to activate Brook, who is not boosted by our captains but can lock our slots, which is very important. He removes resilience completely even after 30 and give us a 2-turn color affinity boost for our important units. Then we want to activate the super type of the King we did not use the special on, so after his super type we can use his special to make all of the slots into Wano. We also get very good chain boosting, and finally we want to activate Frankie so we reduce the opponent's defense to 0. Since King has a damage limiter, we can do half of the damage now, half in the next turn. He has no extra mechanics though. And on Big Mom, Frankie and Lucci, these are your 3 most damaging units. Do half of his HP in damage. And now in turn 2 we still have the color affinity boost from Brook active. We want to activate Lucci to completely remove defense up even after 30, get a base attack boost and an orb boost, and then we want to activate the other King super type to of course get a chain boost. We attack ending on the same units to clear the quest. Team 2 versus the Q variation will be using Luffy Yamato as a friend captain and the Strawhat crew, the V2 Strawhat crew, as captains. We want to enter on the Dex side of the Strawhat crew, but we want to enter on the strength side, meaning Luffy, from Luffy Yamato. I am also running Wanda support on my Strawhat crew so we can lock our slots in the final stage, since we need to beat the main boss in 2 turns. In stage number 2, bind will be completely gone because of Luffy Yamato's captain ability. Then we want to activate V2 Hiyori to get the full board of locked Wano slots. And then we want to swap Luffy to Yamato for a color affinity boost and attack focusing Who's Who in this order. Blackbeard, then Hiyori, then our captain, the Strawhats, then Wiper, then Roger, ending the chain with Yamato, our friend captain, to beat Who's Who immediately. Then we will be attacked by the goons, but after that they will retreat, allowing us to proceed in the final stage. If you do not have support Wanda, by the way, you need to find a different way to lock your slots, by either replacing Blackbeard maybe with someone who can remove or reduce defense up and also lock slots, or if you have Luffy Yamato you can swap your captains around and use Treasure Map reward Dex Jinbe support to lock majority of your slots. Our first special activation will be the Strawhat crew, so we can get an attack boost, an orb boost, a chain boost and a color affinity boost, all for both of our attacking turns. Wanda will lock all of our slots and they will remain Wano. And then we also activate 5+ Kizuna Blackbeard to reduce King's defense to 0. You can also activate Yamato's special to get the combined and better captain ability, and then we attack, of course, doing 50% of King's HP. For turn 2, we want to activate Pirate Rumble Wiper to reduce the enemy's defense to 0 and get a conditional attack boost. Then we want to activate Roger either once or twice. Twice is needed, of course, after level 30 to completely remove resilience. We will also get a base attack boost, and now we attack, beating King for good. Team 1 versus the Psy variation will be using double King as captain. Of course, we still have Frankie and Brook as subs to maximize tickets and super boss tokens. And this time we want to clear stage 1 immediately. For my specific supports, I am using color affinity boosting support Legend Moria on free-to-play Bleach Kaido. Rare recruit Int Towel Nami can also work. And I'm also using Int Custard on my King to lock my Wano slots, so they cannot be manipulated to super block slots after level 30. In stage 2, both of our captains resist despair, then we activate the super type of our captain and also his special. That way we have a full board of guaranteed Wano slots, and Int Custard support activates to lock our Int slots. Target Sasaki and try to beat him only attacking with your Int units. Here I attack with Brook and Frankie, probably not necessary, and we can also maintain the Wano slots on them. Something to have in mind in case you do not have Custard, just activate Brook in stage number 2 and lock your slots that way. Brook is not really that important. The only reason I am maintaining his special for the final stage is to actually increase the color affinity boost coming from our Moria support. Nothing else. So if you don't have Custard, activate him in stage 2 after King. For the final stage, activate the super type and the special of our other King captain, and then activate Brook to increase the color affinity boost from your color affinity boosting support if you are using one. That is not even necessary to use, just helps with your damage. Then we can activate Frankie to completely remove paralysis even after level 30 and manipulate the paralysis slots into matching if any paralysis slots are present, and then we activate Bleach free-to-play Kaido for an attack boost and an ore boost for our Int units. If you enter the final stage with maximum HP, you do not even need Bez, you can replace him with whatever you want, he is just here in case Kaido's attack boost was removed by intimidation. Team 2 versus the Psy variation will be using versus Kaido as our captain with a friend captain King, no other new units of course, and for our specific supports, we are running a rare recruit Anniversary Jack, specifically the 8th anniversary strength rare recruit on versus Kaido to remove the 1 turn of extra paralysis added after level 30 before he is not needed, and I'm also running 6 plus V1 Doflamingo on raid Mr. Zero. So in stage 2, when we activate Mr. Zero to get the full board of matching slots, a chain boost and remove despair, we can also get an ore boost for our driven units to have an easier time versus Queen. I am not sure if it is necessary, but it is definitely very helpful and makes the run way more comfortable. If any goons remain alive, of course, they will retreat after 1 turn, so we don't really need to worry about them. Good things to know about this team: Roger is not boosted by your captains, and also because not both of our captains can resist despair this time, only our friend captain can, we are not going to enter the final stage with full HP, meaning the boss will gain intimidation, specifically -1 turn for attack boosts, chain boosts and color affinity boosts. So for example, if I activate King here, his chain boost will be removed because of intimidation. So of course, it doesn't matter if you activate King, you don't care about that. What you want to actually do is activate Blackbeard first for chain boundaries. Then you want to activate Who's Who to make the paralysis slots into matching and reduce paralysis by 5 turns. Before 30 you completely remove it. After 30, when we activate versus Kaido after Who's Who, support Zack will completely remove paralysis. Versus Kaido provides a very high attack boost and ore boost, both survive through intimidation. And then we want to activate the super type special and normal special of our friend captain for an additive and a multiplicative chain boost, chain growth and also a base attack boost. And finally we want to activate a Roger for a color affinity boost which can also survive the intimidation. Break the barrier with Roger and then super easily defeat the boss, and have in mind the special order activation is extremely important in this team. And these were my 6 teams to beat the normal boss in Kizuna vs Alber. Stay tuned for the super boss, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below. I will do my best to help out. As always, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.